hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. hear him say that he's going to move the chair. I hear him say that he's going to move the chair. I hear him say that he's going to move the chair. I hear him say that he's going to move the chair. hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and may I take this opportunity to welcome you to Royal Holloway. This ceremony is being filmed, and the edited video will be made available to download from the graduation website. Please could you ensure that all mobile phones, tablet computers, pagers and digital watches are either turned off or turned onto silent. In the unlikely event of an emergency, and should we need to evacuate the building, guests should leave by the nearest available exit. Guests requiring assistance will be escorted. Once you have left the venue, please follow the directions of the stewards who will guide you to the assembly point. The ceremony will commence shortly, and we ask that you do not leave the venue once the ceremony has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the arrival of the Principal's procession.
Please take your seats. Distinguished guests, parents, friends, and above all graduates, on behalf of Royal Holloway, I'm delighted to welcome you here on this very important occasion, our graduation ceremony. It is wonderful to see so many people gathered here for this unique event, including those of you visiting for the first time, as well as those returning to a place that has become familiar. To you all, and especially to those about to graduate, we extend a very warm greeting. During this afternoon's ceremony, graduates from the Department of Information Security will be presented to the Principal, Professor Paul Lezelle. The first group of students will be awarded a master's degree. These graduates have studied at postgraduate level for at least 1 year and have either taken their studies to the boundaries of existing knowledge in their academic field or studied in an area of professional or occupational theory and practice at a high level. They will be followed by graduates who will be awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Each of their research investigations has made an original contribution to the knowledge through the discovery of new facts or ideas and the exercise of independent critical judgment. At this ceremony, we will be awarding an honorary degree of the University of London to Professor Dame Anne Dowling. Please remain in your seats for the duration of the ceremony. The order of presentation is set out in the graduation programme. I call upon the Dean of Science, Professor Jose Fiodero.
Today we recognize and celebrate the achievements of our students who have followed postgraduate programs with departments in the science faculty. The Information Security Group, the ISG, is a world-leading interdisciplinary research group dedicated to research and education in the area of information cybersecurity. It was formed in 1990 with the intent of providing an academic institution that understood and collaborated with government and industry in the area of information security. Today, the ISG continues to attract some of the best minds in the world working in the field of cybersecurity, helping to shape the national cybersecurity strategy and develop the talent and services of tomorrow. The ISG comprises more than 15 full-time academic faculty members, including a mix of computer scientists, mathematicians, and social scientists. They are supported by visiting academics, research assistants, and a large number of research students, making the ISG one of the largest academic information security teams in the world. It is now with great pleasure that we move to the presentation of graduates.
I call upon Dr. Jorge Biasco Alice from the Department of Information Security.
Principal, I would like to present graduates from the Department of Information Security. For the award of Master of Science degrees in Information Security, Mostafa Abu Tahar. William Atkins. Alero Awala. Amunjit Bains. Isa Barkat. Ben Bennett. Gates Boyle. Hannah Cartwright. Bamsi Chaka. Marcus Chambers. Graham Chapman. Robert Chowdhury. Saraf Chowdhury. Anthony Cole. Christopher Kutahar. Chaim Dai. Dawal Desai. Abdul Kader Didier. Ijeoma Ebere Unese. Cecil Ego. Joseph Frampton. Maeskumar Gule. Levan Giorgiovanni. Dimitros Sinakis. Ravi Gogoi. Darren Govey. Liam Graves. Emma Griffin. Jairo Guerrero Lozano. Darina Gurjanova. Gueiji Jan. Emily Hodges. Christian Hutchins. Aram Infante. David James. Wenhuan Yang. Thomas Johnson. Kansuda Jumprasert. Suraj Karolil Omanan. Jasmine Kaur. Patrick Kim. Outstanding MSc Project Award, Alexander Kerr. Kantker Khaled. Aftar Khan. Andrew Kirislyakov. Nikolaos Konstantopoulos. Matthias Lehti. Ju Liu. Andrius Mako. Mohamed Matin. Simon Makina. Vivek Mohan Mohanan. Balal Nadim. Kingsley Nanner. Ama Enisa Ababio. Adesegun Oroleye. Nathan Parnell. Kitan Patel. Xinjuan Peng. Quentin Pereira. Paul Permentier. Anthony Philipson. Naveen Prakash. Colin Putman. Nargisa Raimova. Mohamed Rashid. Polly Richards. Ravin Salebak. Reka Sarif. Raj Sharma. Rowan Smith. James Esperay. Sireen Terani. Radoslav Ushunov. Renzo van Engelen. Zheng Wang. David Water. Glenn Warwick. Byoyang Yue. Anton Yunusov. Anthony Brown. Jason Dye. Erwin Little. Daniela Sommerscales. Mark Staff. Zachary Vela. Guido Vertua. For the award of Masters of Science degrees in MSc Information Security with a year in industry. Ruyuta Yoshi. Mohammad Faz Khan. Ratsakrit Serimanu. Saktivel Subramanian. Nansang Sang. That concludes the presentation of graduates from the Department of Information Security at this ceremony.
That is the end of the presentation of graduands at this ceremony. Members of the choir of Royal Holloway will now perform Lyndon Lee and My Spirit Sang All Day.
With the
We will now proceed with the award of the honorary degree of the University of London. Honorary degrees are conferred on persons of conspicuous merit, outstanding in their field, or those who have given exceptional service to the university. I call upon Professor David Howard to present Professor Dame Anne Dowling for the award of the degree of Science honoris causa.
Principal, it is my pleasure to present to you Professor Dame Anne Dowling, President of the Royal Academy of Engineering and a Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Professor of Mechanical Engineering at the University of Cambridge. This honour is awarded in recognition of Anne's outstanding achievements in engineering. It also celebrates her steadfast commitment to encouraging more women to follow careers in engineering. Even in her girlhood, Anne's future career in engineering seemed certain. On receiving her first bike at the age of 5, rather than attempting to ride it, the first thing she did was take it apart to see how it was built. The daughter of an engineer, Anne's early fascination with how things work was encouraged and facilitated by her parents, who bought her a chemistry set and a magnetism kit. A science teacher at school developed her interest further, bringing in everyday items such as hairdryers to lessons and explaining the principles behind them. Perhaps it is no accident that much of my research work has focused on airflows in aircraft engines, Anne wrote in an opinion piece for The Times earlier this year. After reading maths at the University of Cambridge, Anne worked at Rolls-Royce, Bristol, before being appointed to a lectureship at Cambridge in 1979. Keen to pursue applied mathematics, she did her PhD in engineering acoustics at the university with Professor John Fowkes Williams, who led the pioneering noise reduction research on Concorde. This research theme endured, and in 2003, Anne was the UK lead on the Silent Aircraft Initiative. Anne's fascination with science and the engineering which underpins our daily lives saw her become a world-renowned expert in industrial acoustics and combustion. Her research into the reduction of noise from cars, helicopters, fixed-wing aircraft, and domestic appliances such as vacuum cleaners and fans has made a very real and beneficial impact on all of our everyday lives. It has also led to a career of firsts. In 1993, Anne became the first female professor in the Department of Engineering at the University of Cambridge, the department of which she was appointed head in 2009. In 2014, she was appointed the Royal Academy of Engineering's first female president. Anne is also on the boards of BP and the Smiths Group, and she is a Fellow of the Royal Society, as well as having foreign membership of the US and Chinese National Academies of Engineering and of the French Academy of Sciences. Anne is also a member of the Prime Minister's Council for Science and Technology. In 2002, Anne's outstanding contribution to engineering was recognised in the Queen's Birthday Honours, and she received a CBE for services to mechanical engineering, and again in the 2007 in the New Year's Honours list when she received a DBE for services to science. In 2015, she was admitted by the Queen as one of the 24 members of the Order of Merit. A trailblazer for women in engineering, in February 2013, Anne was named as one of the 100 most powerful women in the UK by Women's Hour on BBC Radio 4. A patron of the Women's Engineering Society, Anne was awarded the James Watt International Gold Medal by the Institution of Mechanical Engineers in 2016 and has received honorary degrees from 17 universities, including Oxford, Imperial College London, and Koning Teknische Högskolan, the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm. In recognition, therefore, of her extraordinary services to engineering and encouraging future generations of female engineers, may I invite you, Principal, to confer the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa of the University of London upon Professor Dame Anne Dowling.
Science honoris causa of the University of London. Congratulations.
Principal, guests, and graduates of 2018. I'm delighted and very, very honoured to receive this honorary degree from Royal Holloway. And while I appreciate the kind words said about me, engineering and engineering research are team activities, so I feel a bit of a fraud. I've had the opportunity to work with some great colleagues and research students, and this award recognises their achievements as much as it does mine. It's a particular pleasure to receive this honorary degree from Royal Holloway in this anniversary year as we celebrate 100 years since women were granted the right to vote. And your alumni played such a central role in that campaign. But there's still so much more to do to achieve equal opportunities for all. Today, only 16% of those studying engineering degrees are women, and the percentage in computer science is even lower. And we must all continue to work to ensure that young people, men and women from all backgrounds, have the opportunity to consider a career in engineering and technology, partly because these are well-paid, interesting jobs, but also because people are in desperate need of companies, employers are in desperate need for more people with these skills. And I'm so pleased that Royal Holloway is playing its role by expanding its engineering and technology courses, opening an iconic new building named after Beatrice Shilling, a British aeronautical engineer and inventor, and focusing on developing creativity and teamwork in its engineering and technology courses. But really, today's ceremony is all about you, the graduates of 2018. Congratulations to you all. Each of you can feel justly proud of what you have achieved. This is a good time to think back to the start of your course and how much you've developed since then. You'll know a lot more about information technology, or at least I hope you do, but also you will have developed in so many other ways as well. And you will have built a network of friends that will be with you throughout your lives. With your degrees, you have a huge range of opportunities available to you. Information security is challenging, we all know that, but it's absolutely crucial if companies, governments, and society in general are to be able to benefit from the explosion in data enabled by digital advances. It was suggested that I might use this opportunity to give you some advice for the future. That's always a dangerous thing to do, but here goes. So my advice is, 1, find something that really interests you and that you're good at, and then work will be a pleasure, at least most of the time. Surround yourself with friends and family that encourage and support you. Nearly all real achievements involve teamwork, work collaboratively, and support colleagues. It's good to have a vague plan of how your career might develop, but don't stick to it. Opportunities will come along that exceed anything you imagined, and when they do, grab at them. And finally, you might think that your education is completed with the degree that you received today. That is not correct. The body of knowledge is constantly developing, and the skills and the techniques that you will need change with time. Life is a continual learning experience. Enjoy it.
That concludes the conferment of the honorary degree and the presentation of graduates at this ceremony. I call upon the principal to make a closing address.
So, Dame Anne, graduates, I'd like to once again add my welcome to this graduation ceremony in which we celebrate, as we've just heard, your achievements as the graduating class, as part of the graduating class of 2018. Graduation marks the culmination of your studies, at least at this period in your life, allowing time to reflect and to celebrate with fellow graduates, staff, family and friends. And it marks a transition into a new stage in your life. I and my colleagues here in the platform party are honoured to join you today. And I hope that your new degree will lead you on a career path that is both enjoyable and rewarding. This landmark day is part of your educational journey that started long before you joined Royal Holloway, for gaining a place required you to achieve exceptionally high levels of academic performance. Whilst at Royal Holloway, you've worked with staff who are leaders in their field and in a department that has a global reputation. The nature of your study at postgraduate level has required you to understand and to synthesize a wide body of knowledge. Through dissertations and theses, you've tested and critiqued that knowledge to gain insight and to extend it to create new ideas and understanding. Ideas and understanding now equip you for the challenges ahead. Now, in getting to this point, many of you will have been supported by parents, family and friends. And so to each of them joining us today, I'd like to add my welcome to you also, to Royal Holloway here. Whether you're from the UK or from one of the 120 countries represented by our international student community, I am sure you are as proud of our graduate success as they're grateful to you for the support and encouragement that you have given to them. So on their behalf, I'd like to thank you for the difference that you've made to them during their studies and encourage you to be proud of your contribution too, as we celebrate their achievements today. And I'd ask our graduating class over there and some of you up there to join with me and to acknowledge that support. Thank you very much. Now, to our graduates, as well as the support of your family and friends, your achievements have been made possible by your teachers, for whom today is a special day as well. Academic colleagues have taught, guided and supervised you to become another generation of capable, thoughtful and ambitious Royal Holloway graduates. You've benefited from learning alongside world-leading teachers and researchers whose own achievements, I'm sure, were part of the attraction in coming to this university. We heard at the beginning the range of work that is undertaken by our staff, and it's truly inspiring. And as well as the many highlights that are listed in today's programme that span the whole subject range here at Royal Holloway, as we've heard, in cybersecurity, in virtual reality, quantum computing, helping to save endangered species and improve the environment, using sport in the rehabilitation of offenders. The list goes on. This work and many other activities will have helped to improve your classes and supervision, ably assisted by a wide range of support staff. But ultimately, it is your hard work and dedication that's enabled you to succeed today. Now, while some of you have taken degrees to continue an academic or research career, most of you will have taken programs to develop higher levels of skills and knowledge that will equip you to work in your chosen profession. In a highly competitive global employment market, your new degree will help mark you out from the crowd, and I encourage you to be proud of your achievements. Those achievements, and indeed those of our academics, are all the more impressive since they are not self-judged but confirmed by others. For example, this university has risen in all three of the major newspaper league tables for British universities. And thanks to the global community that you and our staff represent, we're also one of the most international communities in the UK. The UK government has recognised the quality of the research work and impact that is undertaken by staff here at Royal Holloway. 81% of that work classified as world-leading or internationally excellent, a measure that directly impacts your experience as a postgraduate student. Of course, that success should not make us complacent, and we recognise that it's important to continue to invest if we're to offer world-class teaching and research. Some of you will have benefited from past investments in our teaching and research spaces, the library, the study spaces, the social spaces in the Emily Davison building, another former graduate from this place. As you've heard, together we have recently opened a new science building, recently completed and part of a much bigger £160 million investment programme designed to improve the educational experience of all our graduates. And even now we're planning that next phase of improvements. Some of you will have benefited also from the investment made by former students and supporters of this university. Last month, that group got together and in a weekend-long competition raised over £120,000 through generous donations from former students and supporters and matched funding by the Reed Foundation. Through the generosity of former donors, you may well have received a scholarship or other financial support that have helped you in your studies. Through our investments and the support of our donors, this university will continue to grow and develop, and we'll keep you informed of our progress through regular newsletters, which we send to you as part of your membership of our Alumni Association. The association plays an important role in continuing your links with us and indeed with one another. And in particular in the Information Security Group, there's a very, very active body and programme of events that will help you develop your professional networks and hopefully join in reunions and informal get-togethers. It also provides you an opportunity to give us your news, which we always look forward to receiving. So do keep us informed and so that we can continue to celebrate your continued success. So as we now conclude the formal part of today's graduation, let me just once again reflect on your tremendous achievements. Your degree certificates are a statement to hard work, intellectual capacity and perseverance. But as you now leave this place, those certificates are also a statement of future potential. While celebrating what has been achieved, it's important that each of you now considers what you are yet to achieve. The past is a vital ingredient in making the person that you are, but it is what you do next that will ultimately define you. Many of you will have started full-time employment. Others will be undertaking a period of voluntary or humanitarian work. Some of you may be taking a break and others of you continuing your studies. Whatever your next steps, I and all the university staff wish you every success in your chosen endeavour. So thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's ceremony. Please remain in the venue until the procession has left the auditorium. When you leave, you'll be directed to Founders Dining Hall for our reception. Please rise for the recession.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay in your seats until the graduands leave the auditorium. Once the graduates have left, please follow them over to the reception in the Founders Building. Thank you.